Roughly 1 year after leaving Egypt, the Israelites traveled to the desert of Paran. The Lord said to Moses, "Send some men to explore the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelites. From each ancestral tribe, send one of its leaders." So at the Lord's command, Moses sent out 12 spies from the desert of Paran. One of them was Joshua, representing the tribe of Ephraim. Moses told them, "Go up through the Negev desert and on into the hill country. See what the land is like, and whether the people who live there are strong or weak, few or many. What kind of land do they live in? Is it good or bad? What kind of towns do they live in? Are they unwalled or fortified? How is the soil? Is it fertile or poor? Are there trees in it or not? Do your best to bring back some of the fruit of the land." The 12 spies spent 40 days exploring the land. They cut off a branch bearing a single cluster of grapes, so large that it took 2 of them to carry it, and they carried it on a pole between them, along with some pomegranates and figs. The valley where they found it was later called the Valley of Eshcol, meaning the Valley of the Grapes. At the end of the 40 days, they returned from exploring the land, and they gave Moses and the people the account. "We went into the land to which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. But the people who live there are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large." Caleb, the spy representing the tribe of Judah, was more optimistic. "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." But outside of Joshua, the other spies disagreed. "We can't attack these people. They are stronger than we are. The land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there were of giant size. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." The people raised their voices and wept aloud. The Israelites grumbled against Moses and Aaron, and the whole assembly said to them, "If only we had died in Egypt or in this wilderness. Why is the Lord bringing us to this land only to let us fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be taken as plunder. Wouldn't it be better for us to go back to Egypt?" Moses and Aaron fell face down in front of the whole Israelite assembly. Joshua and Caleb tore their clothes and said to the people, "The land we passed through and explored is exceedingly good. If the Lord is pleased with us, he will lead us into the land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Only do not rebel against the Lord, and do not be afraid of the people of the land, because we will devour them. Their protection is gone, but the Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them." But the whole assembly began talking about stoning them both. The Lord said to Moses, "How long will these people treat me with contempt? How long will they refuse to believe in me, in spite of all the signs I have performed among them? I will strike them down with a plague and destroy them, and I will make you into a nation greater and stronger than they." Once again, Moses pled on behalf of the people, begging God not to destroy them. As he had before, the Lord forgave the people upon Moses' request. But outside of Joshua and Caleb and their families, none of the Israelites would enter the promised land. They would roam the wilderness for 40 years until the first generation died off. They will meet their end in this wilderness, the Lord said. Here they will die. The 10 spies who gave the negative report were struck down and died of a plague before the Lord. And so the Israelites wandered in the wilderness for 40 years, the first generation to miss the land promised to their ancestors. At a place called Kadesh in the Zin desert, there was no water to drink, and the people gathered in opposition to Moses and Aaron. Why did you bring the Lord's community into this wilderness that we and our livestock should die here? Why did you bring us out of Egypt to this terrible place? Moses and Aaron fell face down, and the glory of the Lord appeared to them. The Lord told Moses to take his staff and, before the people, speak to a rock, and it will pour out water. Moses and Aaron gathered the assembly together in front of the rock, and Moses said to them, "Listen, you rebels! Must we bring you water out of this rock?" Moses raised his arm and struck the rock twice with his staff. Water gushed out, and the community and their livestock drank. But the Lord had told Moses to speak to the rock, not to strike it. And because of this, Moses himself would not enter the promised land. "You broke faith with me in the presence of the Israelites," God told him. "Therefore, you will see the land only from a distance. You will not enter the land I am giving to the people of Israel." Moses said to the Lord, "May the Lord, the God who gives breath to all living things, appoint someone over this community to go out and come in before them, one that will lead them out and bring them in, so the Lord's people will not be like sheep without a shepherd." The Lord told Moses to lay hands on Joshua before the priest and commission him to be the new leader of Israel. The Israelites reached the land of Jezer, a fertile land northeast of Jericho. The tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh liked the land they saw and asked Moses if they could settle there, on the east side of the Jordan River. The tribes promised Moses they would send all men of military age to help the other tribes cross the Jordan River and conquer the promised land. Moses agreed, as long as they aided the other tribes in driving out their enemies. After the conquest, they could return to their land on the east side of the Jordan. Moses climbed Mount Nebo, a mountain which stood across the Jordan from Jericho, the first city the Israelites were to take upon entering the promised land. The Lord said to Moses, "This is the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, when I said, 'I will give it to your descendants.' I have let you see it with your own eyes, but you will not cross over into it." Moses died at the age of 120. The Bible says, "No one has ever shown the mighty power or performed the awesome deeds that Moses did in the sight of all Israel."